All right, guys. So for today's activity, this has been long awaited since I delivered the summer bags. You guys were very intrigued as to why I was getting a pizza box, but the pizza box is for a very important experiment that we're finally doing today. So today we are going to be making solar-powered ovens to cook s'mores. And we're going to do that with only a few objects that are in your bag. So the first step is to set up your work area and gather all of your supplies. So what I want you to do is I want you to get your summer bag and follow along with me and gather your supplies. So the first thing you'll need from your bag is the Ziploc bag that has the glue, tape, and scissors. We're going to be needing these to put together some parts of the box. The second item is your pizza box. And if you open the pizza box, you're going to see the materials are already in the box. Unless you took them out, they should be in the box. So in the box, you have, most importantly, you have chocolate, marshmallows, and graham crackers. The next item in your box is this clear sheet protector, or is a laminating sheet that I cut. And this is going to be used as the window in the oven. The next item, you have about, I think, 3 or 5 pieces of aluminum foil. You want to keep this really shiny and smooth, so you don't want to crumple this up. The next item you have are these little sticks. I think those are kebab skewers, and these are going to be used to prop your box up. So that is your work area. I'm going to set mine up so you guys can see. So I have my pizza box. I'm going to put my aluminum foil to the side. This, and this. I'm going to flip my camera so you guys should see. Your workstation should look something like this. Your pizza box, aluminum foil, sheet protector, your the food, and then also your bag of scissors, glue, and tape. So step 1, done. Now that you have all of your supplies set up, it's time to start constructing your oven. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut a flap in the box. This is probably the hardest part of all of the steps, and you're probably going to need someone to help you with it. The scissors I included in the bag are really, really small, so if you have better scissors at home, by all means, use those scissors. But if you don't have scissors, then these will still do. So how you want to cut the flap is you're going to want to leave some space here and some space here and some space down here. So the box that you're going to cut is going to be like this, starting from like this window and starting from over here. This is not technical. I promise I'll put a good picture of it right here and right here. You can draw some lines down to about the pizza, cross over to the thank you, and then go all the way up. That was not perfect, but I started at this window, I went to that window, I went all the way down to the thank you, across to the pizza, and then up to the window. It's not perfect, but that's okay. It's just an experiment. So after you've drawn those lines, it's time to cut it out. This is the part that's hard because you can't cut this part of it because you want this part to still stay. So what I'm going to do, and this is where an adult's going to help you, I'm going to take my scissors. Again, adults watching, you can help with this part. You're going to take this and you're going to put it into the box. You're going to cut a little hole. All I did was I put my scissor like that. That will give you an area to start cutting. So now that there's a teeny hole, I'm going to start cutting my flap. Just to show you that again, I went like this. I dug it in so there's a hole, and now I can cut. Yes, these scissors are made for probably a 5-year-old. My hands are huge. This is not easy. All right, good. So you're going to stop there. Remember, don't cut up here. So that's one side. Now I'm going to cut across from the thank you all the way to the pizza. Try and cut in a straight line. Good. Now I stopped the little plate by the pizza, and I'm going all the way up to the other window, and I stopped. So I cut 1, 2, 3, and then you're gonna kind of bend this and open it up, all right? So right now, your pizza box should look something like this. You cut a flap so it can open and close. That's step 2. All right, so now on to step 3. Now that you've cut your flap, it's time to line our box with aluminum foil. And I'm going to apologize in advance if you hear my dog bark. I have a new puppy, and that's why. So you have all of this aluminum foil, and what you're going to do, you're going to first put aluminum foil onto the flap. Okay, so doing this on my laptop, it's kind of hard. So what you're going to do is you're going to take one of the pieces of aluminum foil, and you're going to cut it, or you can just fold it over this. I find that much easier, and then you can tape it on. So I folded it over, I took the whole piece, and then I'm going to go into my bag of supplies. I'm going to take my tape, and I'm going to tape this on. So I put the piece over, and now I'm going to tape this piece on. You probably only need 3 small pieces of tape. This way. So I put 1 piece of tape here, 1 piece of tape here. You could also use a glue stick, but I actually think tape is easier. So this step, your box should now look like this. Your flap should have one of the pieces of tinfoil wrapped around it. And if you notice, it's going to flap open. You guessed it, we're going to be using these to prop it up. But before we do that, we have to foil the rest of your box. So now what you're going to do is you're going to open your box and you're going to line it with aluminum foil. Something that might be helpful is to take your glue stick and just open up your glue stick and just kind of put like a big X on the bottom of your box, or like a star, kind of like this, just so the aluminum foil will really stick. It's going to have the s'mores on top, so it's pretty heavy. So I'm going to put 1 piece down, like that, good. And then I'm going to take another piece, and I'm actually going to cut this one. You can line your box however you want, as long as the aluminum foil is really smooth and straight, it will work. And there is my puppy. So I'm going to straighten this one out, and I'm going to fold this one so it hits the sides of the box too. And what's really great is you can just bend it over the side. All right, so I have used 3 pieces of aluminum foil so far. I used 1 for the flap, I used 1 for the bottom, and I used 1 for this last bit right here. So your box should look something like that. All right, guys, step 4, we're moving right along. So you have this clear sheet. I had some extra laminating paper, and saran wrap is so hard because it sticks to everything, so I thought this might be easier. What we're going to do is we're going to be creating a window for this oven. If you can see so far, the oven is going to, if you look at the oven in your kitchen, you'll notice that it has maybe like metal or black all around it, and there's a clear glass window. We need to make that window. That way, light can go in, but the heat will be trapped. So in order to make the window, you're going to open up the pizza box like this, so you guys can see it this way. I need to get a better setup. And you're going to take your plastic sheet, doesn't matter which side, and you're going to put it over the little hole. Make sure the paper, the plastic sheet is touching the brown cardboard. That's why you have to make that flap a little bit smaller. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your tape and you're gonna tape the plastic sheet to the top of the pizza box. So I used 1 piece, 2 piece. This will probably take 4 pieces of tape, just so it stays on. Okay, put a piece of tape up there. And I think I'm actually gonna put a couple more just so it really stays on. So what I'm doing is I'm going to show you this from another angle. I'm just creating this little window by taping this to this part of the box. All right, so this is, can you guys just imagine how hard this would be to saran wrap? I would be losing my mind right now. So I think this was a good decision. So after step 4, your box should look something like this. You should have a window, and you should be able to close your box like this, and you should have your reflector like that. So that is step 4. Let's go on to step number 5. All right, step 5, this is the fun part. So as of now, you have your flap, you made your window, you're gonna open up your box and it's time to put your s'mores in. So what you're going to do, you're gonna take one of the graham crackers. Oh my, these have gotten a little stale. Sorry about that. Maybe they'll taste good when they cook. Ugh. Okay, so you're gonna put one of the graham crackers down. I try to keep them in this bag, but oh well. So you're gonna put 2 graham crackers down. You're gonna put the marshmallow on top. Put the other marshmallow on top. Now, if you don't want your chocolate to get really melty, then I would leave it like this. But because I like doing experiments, want to see how the chocolate is gonna turn out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open one of my chocolate pieces and I'm gonna put chocolate on one of them and I'm not gonna put chocolate on the other one. So I'm gonna put, actually, what do you think? Under, over? I think I'm gonna put it under the marshmallow. So this is what it should look inside. You should have 2 graham crackers or 1 or 3, I don't know. They're kind of stale, so I don't know how good they're gonna be, but maybe they'll still taste good. So that was step number 5, just placing the items in the oven. Next, you're going to close your oven. Make sure you tuck the sides of the pizza box in. And what you should see is this. You should be able to see your s'mores inside. All right, step number 7 is creating the flap, the prop to keep the flap open. So for this, you're gonna need some tape and you're gonna need one of the sticks. This is a really tricky part and there's no really right way to do it. I've been trying this a bunch of different ways and the best way I think is to, I might poke a hole in this, I don't know, that might not work. Science on the go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here like that. Take the pokey end and kind of put it towards this part of the box, kind of where the table is, and I'm going to tape this onto the flap. I think this should work. Aha. Okay. So this is all that I did. I took the skewer stick, I took the pointy, pokey end, I put it in the aluminum foil in the box, like that, and then I balanced it on top, and I took some tape, I'm actually going to tape it again, and I just kind of taped it to the aluminum foil. And what you're going to notice is that this is going to move. You can move it. And if it moves, just gently put it back and place it like that. You want this standing up as much as you can to reflect the light. So I'm actually going to, I hope this doesn't rip it. I'm actually going to prop this up a little bit more. The great thing about tape is you can just take it off. So let's try and prop this up a little bit more. And I'm going to take the tape and just tape this down so it sticks. Perfect. So your oven should look something like this. You have the prop, it's taped, you have your s'mores inside, and now we're gonna go put it outside. Now that you've made your solar powered oven, you're gonna place it outside. If you don't have an outdoor space, that's okay. You can put it by a window. I think putting by the window is probably the best bet. But I have a little outdoor space here. It's really sunny, and I'm gonna place it just like that. So it's gonna get a lot of sun. Hopefully you guys can see it. I'm gonna check back, and I'm gonna check back in 30 minutes to maybe an hour and see if our s'mores cooked. If the solar oven isn't in direct sunlight, it's gonna need more time to cook because the light isn't gonna be as strong coming in. So play it by ear with what outdoor area or window you have. All right, it's been about 30 to 40 minutes. Let's go check our solar powered oven and see what our s'mores are doing. All right, the light kind of went down. Doesn't look good so far. My puppy's probably gonna start barking. All right, let's check this out. Okay, it's not looking great. Okay, so unfortunately nothing happened. Let's check those out. That means they just need more time in the oven and they need to be somewhere a little bit warmer. So I'm gonna readjust my little flap. I'm gonna put this in. Excuse my dead plants. I'm not really good at gardening. I'm gonna keep this flap to really try and get the sun. I don't know if we have enough sun out today to do this. All right, I'm gonna wait and let it heat up a little bit more.
Many minutes later.
All right, guys, so I've been gone for about 2 hours now. That's how long it took this oven to work. And this is the result. The chocolate melted, the marshmallow melted. So I'm gonna break this. I'm gonna enjoy. No, it was not perfect, but guess what? Sometimes science experiments, they don't always work exactly how you plan. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to go through my steps and figure out how I could have done this differently. So the marshmallow really, really melted. The chocolate melted. It definitely got warm in here. I don't think I let it heat up enough. So when we go over this experiment together, I want to know what you guys think of how I could do this better next time. Thanks, guys. You know what? It's actually pretty good. It's kind of a success. So guys, don't forget to clean up.